Hello Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for Fire Brigade of Flames, chapters 137 and 138. We have a double special, I don't know. Two chapters got translated for today, 137 and 138. When we last left off, Nitaku-san's Adora Burst is activated, and which kind of threw everything in disarray. Victor told Obi about it, and so now the 8th Brigade is slammed through into the gates of Hajime before they got distracted by this puppet master lady who is now fighting Maki in the Iron Owls for our first Maki fight since like the flail fight back in the Nether. Meanwhile, Victor finally starts to show some aggression and frees Shinra from the room where he's fighting Kurono and punches out the Hajime scientist. Letting Shinra go chase Kurono to where Nitaku is, where Shinra finds Kurono like choking Nitaku, and that's where we left off last week. Before we begin the chapter proper, I'd like to remind everyone I have my Fall 2018 anime review straw poll in the description down below. Feel free to check that out. Vote for whatever series you want me to review come October. But all that being said, let's jump on into the chapter proper. Chapter 137, Angel versus Witch. Okay, and we open with the Iron Owls going, like, flying towards the little puppet thing, but the puppet dodges the first Iron Owl and kicks the second Iron Owl. Okay, to, like, block its path. Also, I'm sorry if I sound really tired tonight. I've been at work for the past couple hours, and it's exhausting. She repelled the owls, and we see, like, the owls, like, curve behind the puppet master lady. Let's try that again! And she, and Maki, like, controls the owls, go back around towards the woman. But they're shot down by something. Were they shot down? Or like they're deflected by a poot sound effect. Fire one more shot. Fart blast. What? Fart blast? And yeah, the monkey thing has some little ejector from its ass. It shoots like a laser beam that knocks away the Iron Owls. Gross. Don't tell me that's what I think it is. Aw, you don't like poots? They've always been very well received by the children. Shouldn't you firefighters, the idols of children, know that kids like farts? Dominion and I came here to bring smiles to all the children's faces, so don't upset their fun. Cut that don't upset their fun crap. We know you're really torturing children. What are the names of your two robots? She does not care. I don't even know what her name is, but she does not care. All of Vulcan shouting, and she's like watching the Iron Owls as she's doing this. What? I'm asking for their names. Oh, they're called Flying Twin Units, Iron Owls. Wait, for real? Doesn't really roll off the tongue. What's that supposed to mean? Children need something easier to say. Ah, yes. Looking at them now, I'd call them caterpillars. And Maki chimes up, how cute, I like it. Don't say that. Alright. Why not? All your inventions are named after animals anyway. You don't get me at all. I give them those names so that even if they're inorganic, they'll come off more like animals out of my, what do you call it again? My affection for them. It's to put some feeling into them, but Caterpillar doesn't do that. You need to keep some distance from them so not to get too close. That's why the Iron Owl's name is perfect, and it's cool. So write this down. I want to show them affection, but even robots can't bear such a name. Gotta love Vulcan, just like it's getting so distracted from the fights. Geez, you're one obsessed guy. Yes, he is. Huh? Yeah, I'm obsessed, because robots are my passion. You think I'll let someone like you give them any old name? Anyone who thinks a robot is just a thing just doesn't get it. Anyone who calls them Frou-Frou or some cutesy name like that are idiots. Big-time idiots. But hold up, no one called them... Is Frou-Frou like some languages word for caterpillar? But a cute name can make even the oldest robot respond. And they'll respond better because you've strengthened your bonds of trust with them. That's a silly way of thinking, Hajime girl. Your thought process makes me sick. Robots are robots. There's no way to have trust in them. Okay. So Vulcan's whole like line of reasoning sounds very like shonen villainy almost. You know, kind of like Sabir on Eden Zero. Very much like Sabir on Eden Zero, who like gives zero shits about his robots. You know, as opposed to the woman who feels more like Shiki and like, oh yeah, care about your robots. So I don't know, that's kind of a weird thing there. At some point, these robots will fail to meet their expectations and break down. That's why they need our constant maintenance to prevent that. Humans also fail to meet our expectations. That's right. Which is why humans, not robots, need bonds of trust with each other. And Obi steps out of the matchbox. Vulcan, Maki, I'm counting on you to take care of this while we save Shinra and Licht. And Vulcan speaks up. The 8th never fails to meet expectations. We'll get our friends back. But you made a tiny mistake. I don't treat robots as if they were human. I just said robots and humans are the same. Especially the kids. Oh, she treats humans like they're robots. Okay. And the Iron Owl was flying at Dominion, and he, punches it away. What are you talking about? Children are predictable. If we let them have fun, they undoubtedly have fun. If we let them get into trouble, they're undoubtedly going to get into trouble. Children and robots exist only as tools for adults. And one of Maki's, little flame Pusu-Pusus, is the Pusu-Pusu controlling the Iron Owls the whole time? It's been a while since the Iron Owls were, explained, so I've kind of forgotten, but I think they might be. But it, slams down the Iron Owl on Dominion. Less rockety and more, physical, arm punching. And then Mara comes in and also does the same thing. So now Dominion is, holding off both Iron Owls. But it still, throws them away, and they go flying. That puppet blocked them with ease, Maki-san. That girl's probably a 3rd generation. I can't think how else that tiny robot could have so much power. Well, yeah, that kind of makes sense. The Iron Owls are still, flying around Dominion. There's no point in keeping up this fight if you're going to lose. No, I can't forgive someone who sees children as just tools. I got the data from the enemy's caterpillars. Her firepower output is stable but limited. She must be a 2nd generation. Which means the difference in power between Dominion and those 2 bugs is huge. There's no way to win, huh? None of us be bet on attacking with a maximum output of the Iron Owls. And Maki, grins and looks at, Vulcan. Okay, I trust you. You'll never beat Dominion. And the Iron Owls go, running away from her, almost. Well, scared away, huh? They, come right to Maki's side. Iron Owls, initiate fire mode. We see the inside of, Vulcan's visor. Transferring heat. Throttle circuit connected. All ports now opened. 3rd launch ready and in position. And they're now, side by side with Maki's arms, and she's, in, I don't know, power pose? I don't know what it's called. The Owls wave like they're staying constant. Forward force is at its limit. Counting down. 3, 2, 1, and we see, the Iron Owls, flare up. This data lets me predict the enemy of This data lets me predict the limit of the enemy's firepower. And we see the Iron Owls on some kind of, computer screen, I think. Such weak flames won't defeat Dominion, you little children. So predictable. I know exactly what you'll do next. But I'm not scared of the kids I babysit. I'll never be afraid of you brats. Dominion. Ready, steady, fart. 100% power. Prepare to launch. Iron Owl. Maximum power. And they, launch the Iron Owls at, Dominion. 90, 100. It's a little better than expected, but it's still nothing. I'm sending that attack right back at ya. Violent. Fart explosion. Oh, hi! And then we see, a gigantic energy blast come from Dominion. Will the proud power of Hajima's science surpass the bonds of trust between Maki and Vulcan? To be continued in Chapter 138, Faith. And we don't have to wait to find out, because we're moving on to 138 right now. We start right where we left off with, hold up, was Dominion's Puppet Master, floating on fire? Last chapter, I thought she was, standing on the ledge of the roof. But okay. We leave, right where we left off. Oh, no, I'm misreading it. Because in the picture, we see her legs, right above the ledge of the roof, and that's also right where Maki's Iron Owls stop. I was getting confused there. So she's hanging out on the roof. The Iron Owls are flying up, and Dominion is above her. And that's where we start off. The Iron Owls release all their power, but can an attack forged by friends' faith in each other alter the course of this battle? You've lasted a little longer than expected, but this is the end. I'm sending this right back at you. Fart counterattack! And, Dominion unleashes its, beam onto the Iron Owls. Chapter 138, Faith. And the Iron Owls are, driving through the energy beam, Pusu Pusu and Mera Mera aren't doing too hot. Hee hee, get blown away. Pusu Pusu, Mera Mera, you can do it! And Maki like willing on the flame spirits. And she like takes her arms from here to here. Oh, and the Iron Owls start like spinning and like driving back the energy. Their power output is at 100, 110, 120. What's the limit? 150? Pusu Pusu. Are you kidding me? You're not facing a robot. You're fighting human beings. With Vulcan's inventions. I won't lose. I won't back down. And, Maki's pose is even, like, further, contorted. And the Iron Owls just pummel through Dominion. Okay. Ouch. And the Iron Owls, you know, stop moving way above them. Where do those robots get so much power? And the Iron Owls, like, fall to the ground. Incredible, Maki-san, and good work, Iron Owls. This should have been my victory, but they fought so recklessly. Was this part of your calculations all along? We didn't calculate anything. We just have faith in each other. Exactly. It was impossible to calculate a perfect win. But I have faith. I trusted that Maki-san's will would outperform whatever I could plan. Likewise, I trusted in Vulcan's plan and the Iron Owls. And the woman, like, throws back the little puppet strings. And now I'm on my own. Scary. She's not done yet. She has something else planned. She steps off the ledge of the building. Come on, let's get back to the others to save Shinra and Nataku. And yeah, she's like, flame floats down. Right, let's go. And she, her feet hit the ground. But the game has only just started. And she gets out her own hands. Puts on, like, these gigantic gloves. You really think you've won? And she has an army of Dominions. No way! It took so much power to stop just one of them. Why did you think it was just one? I did say Dominions, right? Then meanwhile, with Obi and the rest of the 8th, Licht, where are you? Licht, answer me! And Licht comes through on, like, the communicator. I'm in a special room, fighting with Hajima's mooks. Bzz, bzz. Inside the building? Sorry, my vision is bad. Oh, Kurono, they're getting fucked up by Kurono. Vision is bad. North of the gate. They, like, head to the whole gang, you know, Obi, Arthur, Hinoa, Tamaki, and Iris, like, continue going along to them. Shinra, Licht! Oh, and they see the black smoke of Kurono, like, pour out of this room. Black smoke? Licht-san, run! And Shinra's, like, trying to get Licht out of there. You're getting sloppy. Let me do away with the underdog. And Kurono, like, emerges from the smoke to smack at Shinra. And Shinra, like, backs up. Shinra, Licht, are you alright? Commander! We found Nataku, but Hajima's staff won't let him go. Members of the 8th Brigade. And Kurono, like, grabbed Nataku with, like, a chokehold down here. Let me go. I didn't do anything. And he has an image of Rekka. Don't just stand there doing nothing. Get fired up. You can do it. And we cut back to Obi. Well, that confirms it. You're abusing children. Release that boy now. I don't know about abuse, but this is my job. And Tamaki, like, holds back Iris. Get behind me, Iris. Kurono notices them, I think. There are even such weaklings in the Special Fire Brigade. And his eyes, like, they form into, like, crescent moons. It's super weird. Wow. And he, like, forms a kunai out of smoke and, like, throws it at the two of them. But Arthur laser blades it away. What's this? And the smoke, like, surrounds the whole group. Don't breathe in the smoke, Iris! And Kurono's form rises in front of Tamaki and Iris. Commander, grand protection! As Kurono comes out of the smoke to, like, stab the two of them, Obi, like, gets in the way and, like, deflects the blade. It's useless to protect the weak. Don't you see what you're doing? Save the strong and crush the weak. That's how I believe the world works. Everyone's gathered here. It's Inka! Just as I predicted, the sixth pillar is here. To be continued, chapter 139, Triple Melee. In the next chapter, a three-way battle begins. In the middle of this battlefield full of confusion, who will claim the sixth pillar? Okay, so, first of all, I think the fart powers of Dominion are kind of cheesy and childish in a way that the series kind of leans away from a lot of the time. But honestly, I love Maki to the point where like just watching Maki and Vulcan like fight with all their power, it was great to see in just a pure, unadulterated shonen kind of way. And then when you see how mocking her like scary line when she like throws away the puppet strings, and you see her step off the building and she floats down and is like, who said the game was done? I was like, oh shit, here we go. Here we fucking go. And she brings in an army of Dominions. Oh shit. I don't know how they're gonna win this, because the entire rest of the gang are caught up in Kurono, who is incredibly overpowered and has one of my favorite abilities in the series. I said this during the initial Shinra Kurono fight, but like I love his smoke ability. It's so cool. Just like the fading in and out of, like practically fading in and out of existence, super cool. And then finally, who should show up but the one person who can make that hideous bag look nice, INKA. Like, oh god, this was such a great chapter. Great couple chapters. I wasn't entirely on board with if Vulcan and Iris, and not Vulcan and Iris, Vulcan and Maki had won in that one move against Dominion, I would have been kind of upset. But the fact that they are still, completely fucking screwed, oh shit. And now, as our heroes are barely able to like not get instantly murdered by Kurono, Haumea shows up. Inka and Charon, minus Haumea, which is weird. Or maybe Haumea is somewhere else. I don't know. Maybe Haumea is busy with something else. Who knows? But the White Hoods are here for the first time in a while. When's the last time we saw the White Hoods? They pretty much left after the Fifth Pillar, and then they didn't show up in China, and they didn't show up at the Sol Temple. So it's been 6 months or so since we saw the White Hoods. Besides that one little bit we got with Inka and Jonah and Haumea and Charon at the end of the Sol Temple arc. But like, shit, they're back. I cannot wait for 130. I saw on Manga Dex that 139 and 140 at the very least are out and like translated into Portuguese, but I don't speak Portuguese, so I don't know what to do about that. But they are out, and hopefully they will be translated real soon. We won't have like the month-long gap we had between 136 and these two chapters. But yeah, this was a really fun pair of chapters, and I really can't wait to see where the rest of this arc takes us. Once again, people, stop sleeping on Fire Brigade. It's so good. So I hope you enjoyed this chapter as much as I did, and the video. If you did, feel free to drop me a like, or subscribe, or fill out that straw poll in the description. It's still there. Fall 2018 anime season is quickly approaching, so please do that. Or, don't. I'm not the boss of you. Do whatever the fuck you want. I don't really care. And as always, people, keep kicking ass, and I'll see you in the future. Bye.